hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too, little bunny. I have got you. We are here in the garden library, and we are going to have a nice, wonderful, relaxing evening together. So breathe in with me. It feels so nice to be with you. I love you so much, little bunny. You're a joy. You are a treasure. You're a lot of fun. Did you know that? You're a lot of fun, and I like you. And I want to have you around forever. You don't have to stay around forever, but you have a spot by my side permanently. It's here for you whenever you want it. You can come and you can go. You can stay. And speaking of coming, the locked audio this week, little bunny, which I just posted, is a spicy audio. It's a good one too. Really good. Oh, I've gotten so much better than when I started, little bunny. And that is the theme of the episode. To just get started. Oh my God. By the way, the Patreon is ages 18 to 800 only. So you have to be between the ages of 18 and 800 to join the Patreon. And the reason being is that it's about 1/3 stuff that's way too spicy to be made public on a podcast. And there's also a Discord. Discord is like the social center of the garden. It's like an online app where you can post messages and things. And that is part of the Patreon, and that is therefore also requires 18 to 800 only, because it's just, life is just simpler that way, you know. So just get started, little bunny. But before we just get started, I have to pour some tea, and we will. I don't think it sounds that nice, but let's see. Okay, I hope it's still warm. Oh no, is it gonna be cold tea? It might be cold tea. It's cold tea. That's okay, but it's got flavor, little bunny. Oh, it's got delicious licorice flavor. That's right, it is the throat coat for the podcast. As we do now with tea, I wonder if this is just a phase. This is the throat coat era of the podcast, or whether this is the official tea of the podcast. I don't know. I would love to have my own tea flavor. Little bunny, if you are a entrepreneur, or you are an executive at a tea company, or you have your own tea company, let's collaborate. I will drink Daddy Lindy flavored tea on every podcast, and I will plug it on every podcast. Okay. All you have to do is send it to me. Okay. You don't even have to pay me. I just want to, I want to have my own tea in the world. That sounds so cool. So yeah, maybe this is your calling, little bunny, to start your own tea company. You're going to grow the herbs and roast them, then send them to me, and then I'll tell people to buy your tea. What is the thing that you want to get started, little bunny? The theme of the episode is just get started. At one point, before I was making the most fine erotic audios in the world, I had to start, and I was garbage at the very beginning. You can't even find the stuff because I did it under a different name, and it's not on the internet anymore. Although it's on my computer, I might release it someday. You want to hear like the really, really bad early Daddy Lindy content, pre-Daddy Lindy content. The way you do it is you just gotta get started. So what do you want to do, little bunny? What is the you thing you want to accomplish? Do you want to learn a language? Have you always thought, oh, I would really love to speak French or Italian or Greek or Korean, or Hindi, or Yoruba, or Spanish, or Portuguese. Just get started. Or Esperanto, or Elvish, Lord of the Rings Elvish, okay? Maybe you have wanted to write your own language. Maybe you're one of these bunnies who has a fantasy world brimming out of you. Whether it's you're doing like Dungeons and Dragons types, like tabletop stuff, or role-playing stuff, or maybe you are writing your own book and you've got your own fantasy world and you're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I had a language? Just get started, little bunny. Start making up the words, making up the grammar, okay? Maybe you want to start writing your romance fiction, little bunny. Maybe you read a bunch of romance fiction, but it's time for you to take your hand at writing it and you say, but no, I'm so bad. I tried. I did 18 whole minutes of writing, Daddy, and it was horrible. I say, little bunny, yeah, that's how it starts. That's how it starts. And anyone who's good at writing has been brave in those early stages. It's really all it takes is the bravery to push through that beginner phase. You can do it. It's fun. Why does failure have to be a bad thing? Why does writing something bad have to be shameful? Oh, does the voice in your head say like, oh, this is so cringe? You'll be writing something and you say, oh, this is so cringe. It's okay, little bunny. It's okay. I would much rather be cringe than boring. Oh, so much better to be cringe than boring. For sure. And the only way to get to the good stuff, oh my God, you gotta write a lot of cringy stuff. You gotta make a lot of cringy content, okay? You gotta... God, what are some other things? I wrote down things. Hold on. Daddy prepared for this podcast. He really did. Oh, where's the phone? Okay. Notes. Hey, here's how you get started on anything creative, little bunny. Is you get a notes going on your app. Freaking get a notes going on your app. And just write down anything that makes you smile. Anything that makes you laugh. Anything you see on the street or a conversation you had. Something that happened to you. Okay. Just start writing your romance stories. Just start learning a language. Just start making content on a topic that interests you. Oh man, if you're thinking, oh, I would love to make content and have all kinds of followers and things like this. Little bunny, make sure you do it something that you're interested in, okay? If you are into fashion, do a fashion channel, right? If you're not into tech stuff, don't do a tech reviews channel. If you're not into makeup, don't do a makeup channel. There's a great men's fashion influencer who he's just rocking his channel, you know? He's so good at it and he like clearly sort of stumbled upon it. So maybe you'll stumble upon your niche. What's your niche if you want to make content? Be careful making content though, because you can get wrapped up in follower counts and stuff. But once you get past that and the weirdness of, you'll go through one phase where you feel depressed that no one is watching your stuff and no one's liking your stuff. But if you push through and you get feedback and you do your thing and you keep persisting and get better and better, then you'll be successful. And then you'll be like freaking out because it's like, oh my God, all these people are looking at me at all times of day. And then as the human brain does, everything becomes normal. And you'll be fine. Okay. Just start selling things at a market. Are you a crafty bunny who likes quilting, sewing, stitching, making little, what are these things called? They're like these salt crystal things that you can put a candle inside of, you know? What do you make plushies? Do you make lamps? Do you make mugs? Any kind of crafty thing that you've done? Have you ever thought maybe you want to go sell it in a market, little bunny? Well, yeah, just get started. Go sell your stuff in a market. Go learn to swing dance, little bunny. Just get started. Go look up swing dances in your area. You're a smart little bunny. You can find it. All you got to do is do it. Okay? No excuses, little bunny. No excuses. You go find your activity. And you just start. You want to learn how to cook? Do you eat out a lot, little bunny? And you're like, wow, this is a lot of money, or I can't control my portion sizes, or they're putting in all the unhealthy ingredients and I want to be able to swap it out for the healthy ones. You could learn how to cook. And how do you learn how to cook, little bunny? You just have to get started. Pick one recipe and go. There's actually one of your fellow bunnies on the Discord released a garden cookbook, and I put in a recipe there. And many of your fellow bunnies put in recipes. So if you are on the Patreon, you have your keys to the garden. Go check out that cookbook. It's in the Discord. Do you want to learn how to draw? Just get started and draw bad stuff. Learning to draw is tough because when you first start out, you're like, damn, this does not look so good, does it? And it's totally okay, little bunny. Why is that a bad thing to draw something that's ugly? Way, way early on in the garden. This is like first few months of the garden. On the Discord, I hosted a bad art competition. And it's make the worst possible art you could possibly make. And it was freaking hilarious and great. Maybe we should host another bad art competition. Especially useful when you have so many fellow bunnies who are incredible at drawing and art. All right, last one that Daddy has on his list here. Just get started learning to voice act, little bunny. If you have said, I love listening to my daddy Lindy talk to me into a microphone, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can make my own spicy audios. Maybe I can make my own Patreon, or go post it on wherever you want on the internet. Yeah, little bunny, you totally can. And all you have to do is just get started. All right. Now I am off the clock. Boom. Lock it in. I am no longer responsible for the quality of this episode, little bunny. You are dismissed. You may fall asleep now. You may turn off the episode and go do other stuff. But I am going to stay here and just hang out without the burden of needing to make quality content for you, little bunny. Sound good? Boom. Off the clock. Daddy's off the clock. Let me have more of this tea. I never got good at making sipping sounds. Sipping ASMR. God. Speaking of bad content early on, I used to be like, listen to this sipping ASMR. So stupid. But you know what? That's okay. That's how we get here. That's how we get this laugh. It was all my awful sipping ASMR content was just a setup for you and me to laugh about it right now. So I can go, okay, I won't do that anymore. I promise. The end of that. Although I will sip the tea again. Let's see. It's so watery. So cold and watery. But it's got just enough of that little licorice spice, you know, to be interesting. So we're back. We released the locked audio, and I have to catch up on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. So that's going to have to be tomorrow's task. And then, such good progress, little bunny, on the startup. It's going to be so big. Little bunny. Little bunny. I am not going to be known for being Daddy Lindy. Okay, that's going to be 10% of what I'm known for. What I will be known for is what this startup generates. It's going to be so good, little bunny. We're going to have so many stories. And by the way, if you are a bunny who wants to do writing, if you're like, I want to write my own romance novel someday or something, and if you are concerned that AI writing will replace your ability to get stories out there in the world, because if you write something, you want someone to read it, right? Well, if you write something, you want someone to read it, right? The startup, we're almost certain that there's going to be no AI generated creative stuff at all, which may be surprising to you because you're like, but Daddy, you're always so gung-ho on AI stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, to an extent, little bunny, but I don't want to hear a story that AI wrote for me. I want to hear your story that you wrote for me. So this platform is going to have 100% human-made art, 100% human-made stories for the writing, 100% human voice acted, 100% composed music, 100% sound effects, real. Yeah, I think everything creative in it. We'll probably use AI as like the algorithm for recommending which ones that you might want to read or play. You'll know more about this in the future, but it's going to be early 2026 that it's going to be beta launched, beta testing. What else, little bunny? I like being off the clock. In fact, I'm just gonna you gotta entertain me now, little bunny. Quick. Tell me something funny. Tell me a fun story about your life right now. What's something that made you laugh recently besides me? Is there a person that you met recently that you like? Or is there someone that you rekindled something with, even if it's a friendship? Oh man, tell me, little bunny. Did you experience something recently where you thought someone didn't like you, but it turned out whenever you had that interaction, they were just having a bad day, or like you misinterpreted a text message or a lack of a reply or something? Did you experience anything like this recently where you're like, oh, I was so worried this person hated my guts or did not enjoy hanging out with me or had whatever negative status? And then you realize it's like, oh no, this person totally likes me. This person just didn't reply for whatever reason. This person misread my text. This person had a change of heart or whatever. I don't know. Turns out it was all in your head and you were thinking yourself into circles. Notice those, little bunny. Notice those and be grateful for them. Our brains can think ourselves into all kinds of circles of nobody likes me and blah, 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 blah. That's totally fine. It's not a big deal. You're probably very, very, very lovable. And in fact, I know that you are because you're this deep into the podcast. And it is impossible to be this deep in the podcast and not be an absolutely lovable bunny of a person. So you're fantastic. Yeah, I had that this week. There's someone that I was like, whoa, this person just doesn't like me anymore. had like stopped texting them because we had a weird interaction in person. And I was just like, something's off now with me and this person. I was like, I thought they liked me. But yeah, and then I met up with them last night, maybe 2 nights ago. And yeah, they had just been in a bad mood from someone unrelated to me. It was someone else who was there at this event we were at. Slow down, Daddy. Someone else at this event that we were at. And it was all in my head. Beware of getting in your own head. Okay. No, Daddy, stop trying to be useful. I'm off the clock. I love you, little bunny. Let's see what kind of random shenanigans we can get up to on this desk. Let's see what is on my desk right now. There's like a music thing with all these knobs. How many knobs are on this music thing on my desk? You ready? I want you to predict. I have a music thing for my composing, and I want you, this is an object on my desk that I'm touching right now. I want you to guess how many knobs are on it. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24. I have 24 knobs on this thing here. You may ask, Daddy, do you need so many knobs? And the answer is absolutely not. I use 2 of them. Okay. Now there's more than 24 knobs. Guess how many sliders there are. You say, Daddy, what's a slider? It's a thing that goes up and down. They're cool. They're fun to mess with. Guess how many sliders are on this thing. Ready? There's 8 sliders. Oh, maybe you got that right, little bunny. And you say, but Daddy, do you really need 8 sliders? The answer is no, little bunny, absolutely not. I only need 2. Now there's buttons. Not even including the actually every button. I'm going to count every button. You have to guess how many buttons are on here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8 in this row. Times 2 is 16 plus 10 is 26. I have 26 buttons on here. And you may say, Daddy, do you need 26 buttons? And I say, definitely not, little bunny. I use 0 of these buttons. So I have this big ass hunk of plastic. This is so ridiculous. I have this big ass hunk of plastic with 100 different things on it. And I use 2 knobs. It's kind of a lie. I use 1 knob and 2 sliders. I basically just use 2 sliders. That's basic. I have this huge brick of a thing and I only use 2 sliders on it. It takes up so much space on my desk. This is ridiculous. What else do I have? I have a PlayStation 5 controller plugged into my desktop Windows computer. And I don't even own a PlayStation 5. Did you know that? I own a PlayStation 5 controller and I don't own a PlayStation 5. Okay. What else? We have my piano here. We've got my second monitor, which wasn't as useful as I thought it was going to be. But I didn't buy it. It was just an extra one that we had. Okay. What do I have over here? I have, a Daddy protein energy drink, which, no, it's not that. There's in a can that looked like one. I have a leftover seltzer from earlier. I have an almost finished low sugar soda. Both of those I can't drink on the podcast because it's carbonated. And then I'm burping on the podcast, but I am off the clock right now. Okay. This is so bad. And then I have the teapot, which I use every time I have tea. And the teapot. Oh no, I'm not using the normal tea cup. I have like a mug. A mug. Isn't that a great word? Mug. Mug. I gotta do Do I have a note for best sounding words? I know I have one for words that sound like what they say. A mug. I should have one for nice words. We'll do that later. Oh, and I have my chains here. Listen to this. That's chains for the TikToks. I have a chain leash over here that I found. It was in my duffel bag when I take my audio stuff to kinky parties. I had a chain leash. I haven't used that in a while. I have some dice here. I have a 20-sided dice. Or die, I guess. We're going to roll, and we got... What do you think we got? A little bit. We got a 15. Way to go. I have tons of sunscreen here. I have a charging cable, which shouldn't be here. I have some pens in an IKEA something. I guess it's a pen holder. I have a scented candle. Smells good. I have you, little bunny, as my bunny figurine in the protective case. Queen Little Bunny made for you. Queen Little Bunny glued you together twice when I accidentally knocked you off the desk. You are very loved and very protected, if not by me, by Queen Little Bunny. And then we have the wall of shelves. Right now, the shelves, I want this to be like so iconic. I think in the future we will have some kind of video component to the podcast. I think I'll be like a hot silhouette. We'll do something. Oh, you want to know something dark but beautiful? Is that because my dad passed away last week, the chair that I have in mind that I think is perfect for content, I guess now belongs to me. So I have to get it to New York City. We're going to have to reupholster it too. But then we're going to have a pretty iconic chair for the garden library. And the wall to section off the garden library. That ball is rolling again. You have to get the board to approve it, and the city to approve it, and the insurance forms to be signed, and all this stupid stuff. Maybe it's for good reason, but we're gonna have to design a set, little bunny, a video set for the garden podcast, or at least for TikToks and stuff. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I have some frames that I haven't put up yet. With some art and posters and things. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Okay. Quality of the podcast sharply declined. That's okay. It's okay, little bunny. I think the important thing is that we spend time together. We make each other smile. I get to secretly make your life better in all the sneaky daddy ways that I can do. And you give me love back too. I really, really do feel your love. And in fact, I really want to feel it right now. So send me some love, little bunny. Send me some love. This is what it's really about. All the words and nonsense. I can really feel you right now. It's really just this here. You and me. Loving each other. Being here for each other. just enjoying each other's company. I feel your love so strongly right now, little bunny. And I hope you can feel mine coming back to you. Always, always with you. I'm your companion for the rest of your life if you want me. I'll never disappear. Guaranteed. There was a time in my life I felt so alone. Not just lonely, but alone. And if you've ever felt that way, little bunny, those feelings belong in the past. Because you're not alone now. Forevermore, you will never be alone. Got it? I'm going to get to bed, and I will wake up tomorrow morning having written you my poem. Sound good? Okay, good night, little bunny. Talk to you in just a second. Good morning, little bunny. I hope I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I have a fun poem for you this morning. And it goes like this. On your journey of creation, your success will fully hinge on whether you get started and allow your first works to be cringe. Sound good, little bunny? Just get started. Deal? Okay. I've got more stuff to get started on. Skills that I'm bad at now. But you know what? That's how all skills start. Have a great, great week. I love you. I love you. I love you.